Malo lau malia ho e ki pe pe fo ki tonga mo vulang katoa me mai ki he polkalama ko ia ai TWN pe ko tonga World News i he fini pe ak mau fama fola te polkalamani mi Seattle, Washington. I he fini foki ko e fi aho ua taha ina o katopa o e wā whi mau ua taha. Pag mau tali rek mau tolo ko ki mua pe ak hoka te tau polkalama te tau tūkang e taim ko ni ke whahoka tau polkalama whakalamari. Mano.
Tau loto.
Wait in a minute here. Go ahead, Dr. Ray Lotto.
Okay, tau loto. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for protecting us so far. We pray for our King. We pray for our people. We pray for everyone sick. We pray for people they addicted to drugs. You are the power. You have the Holy Spirit. You touch them. You have the power to give order to the dead people to wake up, and they will wake. We need your holy power, your Holy Spirit to touch every one of us to wake up, because we are dead. When we are sinner, we are dead. We need to wake up again and back to you, our Lord Jesus. Give us the Holy Spirit to give us more control to ourselves, because nowadays we need more control to set up or to set our mindset for one goal, that to be rejoice in your name forever and ever. Amen.
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 Oni.
Malo, lele atong agato, malo lang mali, ko Emeline family te, kamo mo host te fini, Before ballot, Brenda, before get Dr. Ray, we level late, tao kung aula ke tao programa. Kago e fiafito prelul for geni ke programa ini fakataki mo kakai tangata. Welcome back, Dr. Ray, for the men's leadership tonight. Brenda, ki tukot kago ki discuss with Dr. Ray the topic if while I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
little
Koia
break.
koe malo au pito Emeline. Just because tonight we're talking about men's leadership, huh, Dr. A? It's all up to you to take the handle and run with it tonight. So we will be a supportive help also.
Dr. Ray, can you unmute?
Okay. Thank you.
Malo lele tamasi tonga.
Yeah. Tomatito. First of all, for people the first time they listen to us, I'm here, natural medicine in Tonga only, to make it clear. And every time, as I said, I'll make it clear because people they try to make a shortcut and paste. Why you call me a doctor? Because I'm registered medical doctor in my homeland, Egypt. So in the flight, when you call for a medical doctor, I put my hand up and I saved life. So the power of nature. The power of nature starts from mindset. And I was watching today one of the video from our sister Tupo Hill. When she said it's not about your body and how is you're looking, it's about here. It's about your brain. Your brain can make you ugly and can make you pretty. So it depends about the brain. As we learn, the body can change, but the soul never change. So some people, they have an awesome body, then they have accident. There is no body. But the brain, if you brain mindset, you will be pretty, you'll be handsome, you'll be smart. If you have an awesome body, but your brain is not working, what the benefit of your body? Because the body, as Jesus said, we come from dust and end up with dust. Yeah, you?
Yes.
Today we'll continue about drugs. We have some photos of the drugs. Last week, I was talking about the cocaine and sugar. What the difference between cocaine and sugar? The difference between cocaine and sugar is one carbon atom. But
Okay.
the effect of the sugar in the brain, it's significant. Like it's more than effect of the people they in cocaine. The difference is here, you will tell me how. With sugar, we don't have problem with our bone marrow to make the blood come with missing one of molecule. Different than cocaine. Cocaine, they make the bone marrow affect our blood. With cocaine, they send false message to the brain to make the people they take cocaine, they are happy. But people with sugar, that is most dangerous. There is no false message go to the brain. There is no blood come with missing molecule, but in fact, they change the amino acid and they change the protein. When I talk about the amino acid, when the amino acid change, they change the protein. That's why the sugar, it's more effective when we do a brain MRI. Can you show us, or can you put on the screen no, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth one. Number 4 in your PowerPoint, not this one. Yes, this one. So here we have people take cocaine on our right hand, and people, they have more sugar intake per day. You can see, even by your eye, you can see how's the effect. Can you see? So there is two things here. When people have high sugar intake per day, they more hyper. Like, for example, a lot of mothers complain that their kids, they more power activity and they hard to sleep. And very simple question. Did you give them like lollies, chocolate, biscuits? And she will say yes. So cut them. They will be first 4 or 5 days, the behavior changed to settle them down, to take the sugar out of them. Same with cocaine. When we treat people with cocaine, the very hard treatment first 5 days when you treat the cocaine. Same with people with sugar. They have more sugar intake per day. Once you cut the sugar, because sugar changed the behavior as the cocaine changed the behavior. But the difference here, there is no false message go to the brain. Sugar, they make us more hyper and hard to sleep. Any questions so far? What?
I just want to make sure because I was mute anyway. So I don't see any question, but I need to put back the PowerPoint.
Okay. So we go back to the PowerPoint. We have the first one.
Yes.
The first photo you play for us.
Okay, go back to the very first one, huh?
Yeah. The first one.
The first one, yes.
Yes. So we can see here the difference between the cocaine and meth, alcohol, and heroin. All of them, they do, the brain will be start to be shrink a little bit. It depends about how long you've been take the drugs. Last week I said, if we have an MRI, even if the person, he didn't tell us the truth, what type of drugs he take, but from the MRI, we can tell what type of drugs he take. It's a very easy and simple. This come from experience. When the doctor dealing with this type of people taking drugs, because as I said, there is most of them, they will never tell you the truth. Okay, but from the MRI, we can tell if he take cocaine or meth or alcohol or heroin or just alcohol and cocaine. You can tell what type of drugs he can take from the alcohol. And that's back to the point when our king mentioned we need to start from what we have in our hand. Yes?
Yes.
So
But
what
the
we can
question
start,
is, Dr. Ray, is don't have the capabilities to do MRI so they can, see this kind of picture.
okay. As I said, I'm natural medicine, so this question you can ask the medical board because I don't have any idea.
Okay.
Okay. But again, if we have MRI, we can tell what type of drugs people can they take. Okay.
Right.
For me, I'm natural medicine here. But when I get MRI from Egypt, I can tell. No one can lie, because some people, they said, oh, I have this nerve damage. But in fact, they lied to their family. They lied to their parents. You get the idea?
Yes.
From the MRI, we can tell if the patient lie or not. And it's happened back to 2010. I have this one, he's 18 years old. His father been to different neurologists in Egypt because he started to get trauma on his hand and his foot, like start to be shaking. And sometimes he's shaking maybe for very aggressive shaking, maybe take like 1 hour. So they send me I asked to send me the MRI, and I surprised he done like maybe 6 different type of MRI. And when I start to look, I told the father, your son is taking drugs. And I told him, and I put mark that he's taking cocaine. Then the father, because I was in this time in Australia, the father, I refer him to one of my friend. He's a neurologist, work in the Egyptian military hospital. He's one of the very famous neurologist in Egypt. So he went to him, and yes, he was taking drugs, and we sent him to the drugs rehab center in Egypt. So sometimes the parents, they just like notice some stuff on the kids. But here he's been shaking for 1 hour and very aggressive because in fact he didn't take the drugs. That's why he was sick like this. But again, from the MRI, we can tell, even if the patient lied to us from the brain MRI. Any questions so far here?
On the first row, is that the normal brain?
That's
And
the
then-
normal one.
Okay.
That's the normal one. And on the left side, that's the normal. The red one, you can see that's the blood, like the blood go flow like very nice. Okay. But
see.
that's on the left side when you can see some red. That's because the blood going there. But on the right hand, where the cocaine and meth and alcohol and heroin being written, you can see the effect. There is no blood start to be go inside.
They're missing the blood. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the brain will be start to shrink, especially the cerebellum. Like the cerebellum start to be shrink, and that can cause memory loss, dementia. A lot of disease will come after because of the drugs. It's not like you're taking drugs and that's it. No, there is some damaging will be happen.
That's interesting.
Yeah. If we
Pretty
go to
straightforward.
yeah. But that's
You know,
what I
but
said.
Go ahead, Dr. Ray.
Sometimes, yeah, like sometimes you don't have the blood test lab to identify what type of drugs. But as the king said, we need to start for what we have now. So from the brain, we can tell, even if the patient didn't tell us the truth.
So my question, Dr. Ray, what are other ways? So this is one of the ways to identify the brain. So it's through MRI. Is there any other ways that they can run? I mean, they can do blood tests. Is that right?
Yeah, the second one, blood test.
Okay.
Because the breathing one, if we do the drugs breathe test, this only can, like if you just have drugs less than 24 hours, it can appear. Some devices, if you just have it like 6 hours ago, it depends about the device you use for the breathing. But for the blood, it will give us straight away. Remember when I said there is one molecule missing from the bone marrow.
Yeah.
And definitely it will show us what type of drugs, even if he alcohol. Like someone die and no one can tell what happened to him, but from the taking blood test, we can tell he's been taking alcohol too much by himself, and then never wake up, or he can just take drugs and die. Because you know what happened? Can we put us on the screen back?
Sure. Okay.
What happened here? Maybe a group of friends, they take drugs together, and suddenly one of them, he took like more than usual, and he died. So they all be in the court. So they take the stuff and everyone go home, and no one can tell was drugs there or not. You get the idea?
Yes.
So they just like he died. So take all the drugs around him and you go home, or you make yourself a drunk following day. We was just like drinking and that's it. Nothing happened. There's a lot of stories when people take drugs. So it's easy to remove the evidence. But again, if we have the blood test, we can tell. I'm not
So we can do
joking.
the MRI, blood
Yeah.
test. What else?
You can do
What
that.
else they can
And the
do to
breathing,
identify
the
this?
breathing,
The breathing, okay. The breath
Yeah.
test, okay.
Yeah.
So those are
Even
3 of them.
with the breathing one, I want to just like put these notes. You know, nowadays we have it's not a cigarette, but when the people, they put the liquid.
E-cigarette, the e-cigarette.
Yeah, the electronic cigarette.
Right.
Yeah.
For people in America and Australia and New Zealand, be aware if you stopped by the police for alcohol breathing test, they will show you have alcohol
On the e-cigarette.
on the e-cigarettes. Why? Because the liquid you put there, it's actually alcohol. It's not showing in your blood, but in your breath. When you just like smoke these e-cigarettes, and then you stop by police to figure the alcohol amount, it will be above 0.5, which is now you will pay fine because you have alcohol. And people will tell the police, we didn't have alcohol. But if you tell the police that I have this e-cigarette, so remember, before you drive your car, for people, they smoke the e-cigarette as multiple choice not to be smoking a cigarette. If you smoke the e-cigarette and stop by police, it will showing that you take alcohol.
That's a very interesting finding, Dr. Ray, because my son went through this, Brenda, and his breath stakes was 0.05. So, but I know he smoked the e-cigarette. So now, you just give me a clue here, evidence that I have to show the police that he was not drunk at the time because he was smoking the e-cigarette, because he smoked e-cigarette, and now that's the reason why it showed up as 0.05 on his breath test. So it was not really that he was drinking. So I'm so glad you said that, Dr. Ray, because this is so very important piece of
But
evidence.
what you need to do, you take the bottle of liquid, you put it in e-cigarettes, and you will see the ingredient, it's alcohol. And that will approve to the police that he's not drinking alcohol. So you will save him from the fine or losing point from his license.
Definitely. Now this is very interesting. But what I'm trying to identify here, Dr. Ray, because the king you mentioned said that we will start with what we have. So you already identified 3 of the things that they need to test the drugs here in Tonga. Number 1 is the MRI. So we don't know if Tonga have MRI capabilities to do all the testing. So number 2 is the breath test. And then number 3 is the blood test. What about the urine sample? Is that a way to to identify drugs in anybody's system? Because I'm trying to figure out how many ways that Tonga can use if they don't have all the capabilities or the equipments to do all this testing, you know?
Okay. Can I show you something here?
Sure.
wait. This one here, this is a urine test.
Right.
Natural medicine, for natural medicine, they can use this one. Okay.
Yeah.
What this one showing here, it's showing, try to, okay. This like it's showing the acid in your urine. If you have blood, the glucose, if you have blood, if you have glucose in your urine, like diabetes, if you have inflammation, if you have any kidney function problem, you know, that is the very easy one.
Right.
But this is natural medicine can use it. You can use it in your home. It's not this like need a
Make
specific
the medical, right, right.
But again, the capacity of the urine lab, that is, I can't answer this one.
Sure.
You know, I'm talking about my experience. Like, for example, when I mentioned that, like, no, when we talk together, that's why when I said it's benefit when you talk to the patient, because
Right.
that will bring the information to your brain and to your patient too as well. So when I start talk, I don't know why it's come the e-cigarettes to me, because that will showing. Remember,
Yeah.
You just gave me a very important clue for me because I have to write the briefing. You know, but this is it has to be addressed, uh, Brenda,
Yes.
necessarily,
Oh, yeah.
because he used e-cigarette, but he just gave me a very important piece of evidence that this was just gonna throw this case out of the door from the judge, you know. So
yeah. If you have any of his bottle, you can see the ingredient there. That's why,
right.
you know, I'm always saying, look to the ingredient before
Yeah.
you buy anything.
But in America, Dr. Ray, it has to be 0.08 to be the legal limit. But so 0.05, it's still under the legal limit. But when it comes to, I think to juvenile, they can be, you know, they can be, that's the
No,
legal
I
limit,
tell
you
you why
know.
they charge him. Because he said, I'm not drinking alcohol. So they charge him for lying, you
Yes,
know?
yes,
So, but in fact, he didn't drink alcohol. He just was a smoke the e-cigarettes because the
right.
amount of. But one more thing here I want to ask, or I want to mention, for people they smoke the e-cigarettes, each 6 months they need to do liver function, like the LT, LT, all the liver function must be doing, because remember, this is alcohol that can cause liver damage.
Right. Every 6 months to
Sometimes
do a detox, huh?
detox and liver function.
Liver function, okay. So speaking of liver function, what are the process for doing that? So,
As
so it's
like
different from detox?
no, you can do detox. You can do like detox is okay. Like if he have this like every month 5 days detox, or he can get the liver detox supplement. Okay, it will
Right.
help the liver. Yeah, but it depends about like, because nowadays even, you know, kids like 16 years old, 17, because it's not under cigarettes, so
Right,
they use
right.
it.
Mhm.
So we just like be aware of this point.
Yeah, that's a very good awareness to raise, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you say that, you know. So, um,
Mm.
are we going back to the picture here? Did you want me to go
Yeah.
back? Okay.
Yes,
Let me see if I.
because I have one. It's very
Okay.
ununique for the people. It's coming.
Okay. So this one.
Can you make it bigger for me so I can see?
Uh, that's the biggest
Oh
I could
yeah,
get.
this
Yeah, that's the
one.
biggest.
Look. So we have smoker.
Okay.
We have alcoholic.
Mhm.
We have obesity, like
The
people
obese
overweight.
one.
We have cocaine, and we have non-smoker.
Mm-hmm.
we have the normal one, another normal, another normal. What is the difference here?
What is the non-smoker? It look like that.
Look,
Why the non-smoker looks like not the normal?
Not if they're yellow.
No, what
no,
I'm
no,
saying,
no.
are this
That's
the
why I said,
second-hand smoker?
okay, that's why I said, let me explain to you here.
Okay.
We go by column. So you have a smoker, non-smoker. Okay. Here, the activity, when I look to the green, that's the amount of the oxygen and the blood flow and everything is functioned, because we have the brain here produce their natural nicotine. So in fact, for people they don't smoke, we have a natural nicotine being produced by the brain.
Oh,
For
wow.
when the people smoke, so the brain here, because you have a lot of nicotine, so the brain will not produce the nicotine anymore. That's why when the people stop smoking, they just like go slowly, or they can have the patches like Champix, or they can do it naturally to start to make the brain start to produce the nicotine again, the right amount of nicotine. When we go to the second one, alcohol, and the normal one, okay, again, the blood flow here in the normal is more than the people they take alcohol. You
Okay.
can see the red color.
Right, right.
When obesity, like people overweight, you can see the difference between both of them.
Right.
All about the blood flow in the brain and the oxygen.
Mm.
And when we talk about cocaine and normal here, you can hardly see any blood flow on the brain.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
So if
Is that when the brain is dead?
huh?
Is that when the brain is dead?
uh no really. But it's the start when we can say brain dead, because when the brain dead, we dead.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm talking here about can you imagine, can we can talk on this one. For example, if someone overweight and he taking drugs, can you see it's more damage than skinny one take drugs? That's why I said we make it groups. And if someone take more than one drugs, we, because you know the current health, it's very important when you treat someone. Okay.
Right.
So that's why last week I talked about holism. If you want to treat someone perfectly, that's holism. Everything, like these drugs affect what type of system, what type of organs. Okay. If he's overweight or underweight. You know what I didn't send with this one, and it just like come to my brain right now. Stress.
Stress.
Oh.
Stress is worse than anything else, huh?
If you see the stress on the brain, MRI, oh my gosh. You know, stress, we call it silent killer.
Killer. Right.
Oh, wow.
That's what America
Silent,
call it too.
silent killer. And that's maybe one of the core factor they
People
make the
take
people
drugs.
go to the drugs. So if we're talking about how to prevent drugs, we talk about here stress. It's not like go to the church and pray or do exercise. Yes, exercise can reduce the stress. Okay. For example, when someone attack a lot, If you don't have this type of exercise to exercise his mind,
Right. Mhm.
to be out and have a break, okay, this can continuously stress after stress. You know, it's a very important. Like for me, Jesus said in the King Solomon, he said, everything under the sky have a time. And we always learn this one. When you are in your work, you stress for your work only. When you walk outside of your work, that's it. But people nowadays, they left work and they still think. But you know, the work never stop in someone, because nowadays a lot of people said, oh, if I left the work, the whole organization will be shut down. No. That's in your dream.
Right. That's so true.
You
That's
stress for
right.
nothing. You stress for nothing. You know. So first, because here the main thing, when I said the drugs gave false message, this false message make the people happy, or then even they don't feel anything, they don't feel pain, or they just like they try to stop the brain, but in fact they not, because the brain is still working. You know, for me, you can ask my wife. I put my head in the pillow, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and that's it.
That's good. That's a stress-free guy, yeah?
No, like, okay.
You teach me that and I'll try.
Okay, I tell you this is my experience.
Okay.
If you stress, I will ask you, does stress can solve any problem?
No.
No.
That's number one. Number two, when you are stressed, the stress can make you happy.
No.
Okay, when you stress, the stress can make you more
More worried.
clear you to solve the problem.
No.
No. It's just
No.
giving you depressed, but not solve anything.
So what the benefit for stress?
Nothing.
It's no benefit or anything, but it's kind of, let's say, it contribute to the body, like degrading the body, the way I wanted to say, you know. So
You know, um, I want to, I will send you a link of YouTube video. It's very important.
we can
This
play.
called Everyone Have a Black Dog. Everyone have a black dog. I will send you the link now and you can play it. You know, it's very, you know, for me, I watch this video maybe over 5,000, 6,000 times, because every time I start to get like stress or angry, I watch this video and you know, all that stress is gone. That's how I do.
Send it, Dr. Ray. So how long the video? So share it
It's
so I can.
no, it's 3 minutes or
Okay,
maybe
send
2
it so I
minutes.
can.
Put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
I have a
you,
before you send that, Dr. Ray, I kind of have a question because I don't want to take away a little bit too far from the stress, how it's connected to painkillers and how it connected to drugs. My concern, because Brenda, we talk about this, because I'm not sure what is the regulations in Tonga about pain bills, because I know over here in America it's already regulated because you don't get a lot of that. But people who addicted to painkillers, you know, are the ones who turn into drugs also. And I think that is a very thing that I don't know if Tonga have or the medical board in Tonga have come to have a guidelines on that when they prescribe painkillers, So because that can be something that will contribute to people.
Yeah.
I mean,
There will be
yeah.
one drug. There would be
Yeah.
one drug, Emeline, that people would look for and steal, try to steal
Just,
and try
just for
to.
that reason,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Wait. I will talk about my experience in my
Okay.
homeland, Egypt.
Okay, Egypt, okay.
Okay, that's where I qualified. Only in Egypt. Okay. Painkiller. Here we are. The painkiller, for example, Panadol. Okay, it depends about your weight and the type of pain. For example, the doctor will ask you from 1 to 10. 1, that's the very little pain, and 10, that's the maximum. So, for example, you tell the doctor, my pain is 10 out of 10. Some people, oh, it's million out of 10, whatever. We have here, our measure is 10 out of 10. Okay? So 10 out of 10. And then your weight, for example, is 90 kilo. Okay? You don't have any heart condition. You don't have any blood pressure. You don't have any other disease. So now we do the calculation according to your pain and your weight. Then the doctor said, okay, we can give you Panadol, 1 each 6 hours. Like, for example, maybe 25 mg, whatever he will calculate it. But if he gave you this type, and then you have to take each 4 hours or 6 hours, that's what the doctor will tell you. But the maximum 72 hours. But again, from here to there, if you start still have pain, the doctor will give you another painkiller, maybe ibuprofen, maybe whatever, as the doctor will advise. Okay, some pain, the doctor will say, okay, it's okay, we give you half an hour, still the pain is still 10 out of 10, we gave you. But here, the main factor here, that you have pain. Okay,
Right.
if you don't have pain and you take the painkiller, now this will be the first step to go to the drugs. So you always take the painkiller when you have the pain, but when the doctor gave you the right doses.
I see.
Right.
Because some countries, they have painkiller in the supermarket. Okay. Because sometimes, like in the night time, you get pain, there's no doctor to write you the prescription, but they said you have this type of pain and you will follow what it's being written in the box outside. Or if you call the hotline, if like in your country, in America and Egypt, we have, like in Egypt, we have hotline. So you can call the hotline and they will guide you for the right doses for the painkiller. This is 24/7. Okay.
Yes.
But like today, when I wake up, I just like look for the Egyptian news, and El Sisi, the president of Egypt, he have this one. He said they will go to all the government offices suddenly with the drug test. If any of the government worker being positive on the test, they will be arrested straight away. Will be arrested.
Wow.
And pay fine, go to the rehab center. It depends about the capacity of the drugs on the test. And he said say, for example, if it's 0.8, and if this repeats 3 times, you will be fired from your work, because he said there is no space for people taking drugs.
Mm.
You know, which is good. That's like big alarm for the people, because he said you can't serve people like in public when you are under drugs. So that's
So
why he
true.
take this decision.
That is
He
so
will
true.
go, like when you do the work, people will come and do the test for you. If it's positive, then fine, and you will be under arrest straight away. You will never go home.
Mm.
And now he said 2 options: to be in the prison or to be in the rehab center.
Rehab center, a lot of people might need to.
That's
Yeah,
pretty serious, huh?
but that's in Egypt today. We have this decision. It's been law. It's come from the parliament to the president of Egypt. Then the president of Egypt, he signed the law, and they will start to act from today.
Wow.
So all the people go to work. Maybe they will surprise they have the drug test today at work. You never know, because he said we'll be surprised. They will not tell you we're coming tomorrow. Otherwise, you will say I'm sick. You got
Wow.
it?
That's so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will be suddenly. Good luck for
Wow.
them.
You're
Good
gonna
luck.
be sending that video, Dr. Ray?
Yeah, I will then talk to Brenda and I will send it to you right
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
Brenda, ka hola ke me kana ta no ke me Dr. Ray kana ne ke mai video. Ko consent ka aku ko ngai phone ako kana ne ako formatala mai. Ai ko phone ko MRI ai ko toto ko CV toto ai ko CV ko ne breath test ai tong ai American ni.
Yeah.
Yang masih ko ne urine. Ai ko phone ai ko ke me. Ka ko consent ka ako kitong Ogma ona ito nga kato u equipment ko ni ke fai ake u CV ko ni and the king said we need to start with what we have. So my question Aguya because we've been away from Tonga, I'm pretty sure Tonga have some capacity of what they have, but do they have this stuff to get all this thing going, or they have to maybe seek military help to have all these countries to bring all the
Yeah.
equipment to Tonga,
I think that's the government of Tonga's responsibilities right
Right.
at this moment to put out a survey to the medical the medical people
Right.
department for them, because in here, when somebody is suspected of taking drugs like this, I was at work and it was reported to me that one of the workers is sitting straight up on a chair, her head flopped back, and her pupil is the only thing they see, the eye rolled back. And so we don't touch this person. Our practice when we deal with druggies, if it's unknown to us, when we see something like this, it's 911. The management call 911, and the person is taken straight to emergency, right? From there, we don't know the process that they take in MRI, but that's part of what Ray is talking about. Those stuff are done in that capacity in the ER, emergency room. But for Tonga to learn they need to have a team of very organized, very experienced people that have dealt with drugs, firsthand. And without the equipments, the medical equipments and the tools that need to come through with these, we're not able to
Brenda, you off? Okay,
Yeah,
I
we're
didn't-
not able to come on with any help from our side, because the king is right. You know, they can do with what they have, meaning they whatever Tonga has, which we do not know, you know, from this end.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I,
So I'll
I
give it
send the
back to
video.
you.
I send the video to you, Emeline.
Yeah,
You see?
I saw. Yes,
We
I
have
saw
a
the
black
video.
dog.
I'm still trying to see where is
Oh,
this video in here.
You got it?
I got it, Dr. Ray. So
Okay.
I had a black dog. His name was Depression. Whenever the black dog made an appearance, I felt empty and life just seemed to slow down. He could surprise me with a visit for no reason or occasion. The black dog made me look and feel older than my years. When the rest of the world seemed to be enjoying life, I could only see it through the black dog. Activities that usually brought me pleasure suddenly ceased to. He liked to ruin my appetite. He chewed up my memory and my ability to concentrate. Doing anything or going anywhere with the black dog required superhuman strength. At social occasions, he'd sniff out what confidence I had and chase it away. My biggest fear was being found out. I worried that people would judge me. Because of the shame and stigma of the black dog, I was constantly worried that I'd be found out. So I invested vast amounts of energy into covering him up. Keeping up an emotional lie is exhausting. Black dog could make me think and say negative things. He could make me irritable and difficult to be around. He would take my love and bury my intimacy. He loved nothing more than to wake me up with highly repetitive and negative thinking. He also liked to remind me how exhausted I was going to be the next day. Having a black dog in your life isn't so much about feeling a bit down, sad or blue. At its worst, it's about being devoid of feeling altogether. As I got older, the black dog got bigger and he started hanging around all the time. I'd chase him off with whatever I thought might send him running. But more often than not, he'd come out on top. Going down became easier than getting up again. So I became rather good at self-medication, which never really helped. Eventually, I felt totally isolated from everything and everyone. The black dog had finally succeeded in hijacking my life. When you lose all joy in life, you can begin to question what the point of it is. Thankfully, this was the time that I sought professional help. This was my first step towards recovery and a major turning point in my life. I learned that it doesn't matter who you are, the black dog affects millions and millions of people. It is an equal opportunity mongrel. I also learned that there was no silver bullet or magic pill. Medication can help some, and others might need a different approach altogether. I also learned that being emotionally genuine and authentic to those who are close to you can be an absolute game changer. Most importantly, I learnt not to be afraid of the black dog, and I taught him a few new tricks of my own. The more tired and stressed you are, the louder he barks, so it's important to learn how to quiet your mind. It's been clinically proven that regular exercise can be as effective for treating mild to moderate depression as antidepressants, so go for a walk or a run and leave the mutt behind. Keep a mood journal. Getting your thoughts on paper can be cathartic and often insightful. Also keep track of the things that you have to be grateful for. The most important thing to remember is that no matter how bad it gets, if you take the right steps, talk to the right people, black dog days can and will pass. I wouldn't say that I'm grateful for the black dog, but he's been an incredible teacher. He forced me to reevaluate and simplify my life. I learnt that rather than running away from my problems, it's better to embrace them. The black dog may always be part of my life, but he'll never be the beast that he was. We have an understanding. I've learned through knowledge, patience, discipline and humour, the worst black dog can be made to heal. If you're in difficulty, never be afraid to ask for help. There is absolutely no shame in doing so. The only shame is missing out on life.
Well, that's a bit.
That's pretty strong there.
Mhm.
Message.
Strong message.
This one that's from the World Health Organization. First time I watched this one was in 2011. And you know, every time I feel like I'm stressed, I watch this one because here, this all the mindset, what Paul Halo was talking about. How you stress, everything can make you stress, but how you deal with the stress, you know, talk to the right people. There is a love, family together, you know. If the family push you out, to where? Now you can go to the street and you can hang up or hang out with people you never know. And they will give you the drugs to give you a false message that you are happy, you know. Discipline. How you, that's what I said, how you make your mind quiet, how you take a break from this to this to this, you know. This need experience, but when you have love around you, okay, that will make you how to do the mindset. Some people, they do yoga, you know? But again, you can feel relaxed for a while, but when you have support from the family. So for me, family, good people, where you get the advice, it's very important. I know I'm not like fully understand of Tongan culture, but any other culture, I'm talking about the Egyptian culture or the Australian one, you know, when the girl or the boy start to up, like maybe 10 years, 11 years, they start to have this type of friendship between like the girl and her mom, the boy and the father, the family, like start to have this type of friendship, and they are open-minded to talk. The girl can ask her mom about some issue or some female stuff. It's okay. It depends about how far you can go with your daughter or with your son. The main thing, how when you make your kids confident, and I mean it, confident. When they were young, when they grow up, they very confident. They will not feel shame because the end of the day, they know who they are. Like the end of the day, I know who I am. Did I feel shame for what the people talk bad about me? That's their view. I don't care. Because the end of the day, I know who I am. And once I know who I am, I'm very confident. Very, very confident. When I said I believe in Jesus, I'm Christian, I'm very confident to say that I'm Christian in front of everyone. Even for people, they put knife on my neck to change my religion. I'm very confident to say I'm Christian till death, not by word, by action.
Yeah.
You know, I think we.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My question, Dr. Ray, what are the signs that we as parents need to look for when it comes to being suspicious that your kids are doing drugs or something like that? What are the signs that we as parents need to look for in our kids to give us an idea if they're doing this drug or not? So any signs that we can look for?
Yeah, behavior change.
Behavior change.
Behavior change. This is the very first sign it will appear. Remember, because there is false message go to the brain. So if they suddenly start to be hyper or anger, okay,
or they sleep, unusually.
some drugs they make hyper. Some drugs, they make them sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it depends about the classification of drugs.
Mm.
Okay, like for example, if you like this one, if your son or your daughter come to home and they imagine there is a door there, or they try to fix something on air, or you have to listen. Sometimes you laugh, or mom, do you know my friend, he said, I went to her home and I found the mother was telling me that her daughter came yesterday, the door was open and she tried to open the door, and I've been telling her the door is already open, you come in, and they took it as they take it as a joke or something like this. So that's me. She was under drugs.
Mm.
Okay. If they coming and they walking funny, they lose control, and they said, oh, I just like drunk or have alcohol. Now go to your son. Did you smell any smell of alcohol or not? Because if he get drunk at home and he start to lose control and he's walking, definitely you can smell the alcohol from his breathing or from his clothes. Yeah.
Right.
That's number three. Yes, I know nowadays they said, oh, they adult, we can't control them. Okay. They can go and come. We can't control them where they go. But at the end of the day, I remember what Tupo Hello said. Hey, it's my house. I have rules in my house. This time to be in home or stay for where you are come from, or you spend the time. You remember this?
Yes.
This is what Tupo Hello is saying. Yes, the end of the day, yes, they adult, but it's your home. You the one put the rules in your home. That's we call discipline. Discipline does not mean you take the right. No, you go outside, but remember, this time you need to be at home. That's my rules. Okay, your kids go to the school, but suddenly he's not at the school. It's the gate.
And you
It's
start
not like
losing.
school friends.
Yeah. You start losing money here and there, Emeline, because drugs is very expensive,
Right.
and it doesn't happen right away. You may notice that some changes you thought it was on the table, it's gone, or you change it that was in your purse, it's gone. You know what I mean? And then they start from taking things and pawning, those kind of stuff. Then you start noticing things that never happened before,
But again, when your kids, when they are young, they will not tell you, I'm adult, I'm free, I can do whatever I want. If you've been put your eye about their friends, where they go, where they stay, what are they doing, that is perfect. So, but if you leave everything till they come adult, look, I tell you, it will be part
It's
of your
very
fault.
important. Right, exactly.
Part of your fault. That's why we have nowadays they have a lot of lessons for the parents to attend, for mindset, how to discipline your kids without abuse them, or this type of classes is very important. It's very important. It's very important to even to prevent when they have family open conversation every day. Okay, it's good when the family have the reading Bible every day together. When in Egypt, oh my gosh, the dinner is 6 p.m. Okay, so 6 p.m. everyone on the family on the table. It doesn't matter what you have outside, 6 p.m., you are at home for dinner. That's my dad rules. Okay? Breakfast, we all have breakfast, 7 a.m. And then dinner. Lunch, it's okay, you are home or outside, but the 2 times, that's like the prayer on the church. You know, if you come 10 past 6 or 5 past 6, there is no dinner for you. You will stay watching us finish the dinner, and then the punishment that you will clean the table, you will wash the dishes, and you will clean the house, and there is no dinner for you. Go after you finish, you in your room till the following day. Even you're not allowed to go and buy some food from you from outside. No, nothing. Can you imagine? But that's how my father was hard, and that's how, because that's the 2 times we always like we come together. After dinner, you want to go outside, yes, but 9 o'clock you'll be at home. That's in the winter time. Summer times, yes, you can be like 10, 11, the maximum 11, but you need to ring at 9:30 or 10 to tell my dad I will be late for 1 hour, and he will ask me what the reason. So if I give him the reason and if he accepted, okay. If it's not, well, watch out.
Yes. That's
how
a
we
very
do it.
important discussion. Yes.
Yeah, look, I know they adults, okay, but you are on your home. You have your constitution, you have your law in your home. What's wrong
Yeah,
with
bro.
that?
That's right.
As we respect the law outside, it's not, what's wrong if you have law in your home?
So true.
Because if the kids respect the law in the home, they will respect the law outside. They will do it like this, because I put law in my home. That is my law. 1, 2, 3. So when the kids respect the law in the house, outside they will respect the law. But if there is no law inside the house, you and your luck about your kids.
Wow.
You know, like in the when the school starts, we come from the school, have a shower, sleep till the dinner would be ready, and then we'll be like wake around 5:30 to help for organize the dinner, the table, the dishes. And then after the dinner, we have cup of tea. Everyone will say a short cut what happened in his day. So I'll explain what happened in my school, my sister, my mom, my dad. So if anyone wants to just like to advise me or said his point of view, okay, if I have issue, we all sit, try to solve my issue, or my sister or other sister or my brother. After that, 7 p.m. you go to your room, to your book. You already have a schedule. Like today, I will study physics, chemistry, or science, math, Arabic, English, French, whatever. So I have already scheduling for what I study today. 9, you sleep. Sleep that you are in bed, okay? Wake up at 4 a.m. Full stop. Brush your teeth, take a shower, and then you study till 7, till the breakfast be ready. And then go to the school. That's the rules there. Okay, because Egypt, we are crowded, so it's good if you wake up in the morning, you do your prayer, morning prayer, have breakfast, and then your brain, because it's so quiet around you, you can study, and then you sleep at night time, and that's it. But we have rules at home, and if you try to break it, Nah. You feel that's like will be like the end day of the punishment.
Yeah.
So what's wrong if you have rules in your home? It's your home.
Right.
I have a question. Because you're there in Tonga, and because you're not recognized as a doctor, but you want to help with to support the king's wishes for his people and to clean up the drugs from Tonga. Would you recommend something to the health community or suggest anything that doesn't have to be medical, like scientifically, but it would just help them with their brain to help the people? You know what I mean? Because you as a doctor,
In Egypt.
right, in Egypt, but you have a very global way of thinking and humanitarian, way of focus on people you come to know and people you come to love, and for anybody that you know, because you're a doctor in Egypt, but your heart is in the world. I cannot imagine the shortfall of people in Tonga that they are not, thinking wisely of people that are there to help. But I'm not going to talk about that. My question to you is, can you help in some way or form or anything as a human
No.
being to human being?
As a human being, I'm Christian. And Jesus said, whatever they seek for healed or help, he held them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless they knock my door, what can I do? If they don't knock my door, there is nothing I can do. But I do the right thing when the people knock my door.
Okay.
That's why I do everything is complete and perfect. Because I tell you, if I didn't knock your door, how do you know that I need your help? You get the idea?
Yeah.
So if they don't knock the door, that's mean they don't need help. For me, it's perfect. You know my word, Saibe.
I love that. That's you right there.
So for me,
Saibe.
yeah, for me, why I have to stress for something, they never knock my door.
Yeah.
There's no stress for me. That's again how to make your mind quiet. Sometimes when you have experience, you need to be quiet. Like if you are, I'm not like a boat driver, okay? But when the storm come from everywhere in the boat, okay? If the boss try to go this way or this way, that can cause damaging in the boat. It depends about how strong.
Yeah.
But again, if someone knock my door, that's my
that's
time
your
to
chance
start.
right there.
Yeah, like I tell you, you have a good car in your garage, okay? What will happen? You need to put the key, turn the engine on. Now you enjoy your beautiful car. Can you enjoy your beautiful car when you sleep? No. Can you just like when, I will take this car, I go to this street, then I will go to the supermarket, then, no, that's not even in your plan. But once you start to use the car, that's it. So for me, what I have to stress, you know, first, like, for example, first time you drive the car or you go for a driver test, you will be all the night stress for the exam. When I'm driving the street, what happened if this car coming cross, or maybe he will ask me to park in this area or turn right, turn left, which lane I will go. This, okay, you stress because you don't have experience. Yes.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
when you have experience, if someone suddenly jumped and he said, I will do a driver test. Okay, come. He will tell you turn right, turn left, go fast, reverse. Is this will stress you? You
I
think it
don't
will
know.
stress you? What you mean you don't know? Like 20 years experience on driving cars, and suddenly you have this someone and the police tell you, I will test your driver.
Yeah,
And he
that's
said,
true.
can you drive? It will stress you?
I'm stressed when even when my son are driving. I mean, because I drove since I since I was like 19 or 20 in Tonga. So I came here, and when my kids are sitting on the wheel, I could not even sit still because I'm stressed from having the younger driver driving me, because I'm always be the one on the wheel, you know. So that is so true, you know.
You know, you remind me was I was working the American aid office in Egypt and on the health. So we finished this meeting in another city called in Mansour, but the distance it's around like 160 kilometers away from Cairo. But because I get a phone call for emergency, I have to attend, and this it's be like I have half an hour to be there. Okay, it's emergency call and I have to go there because we have another like it's a terrorist attack happened in Cairo. So I have to be in the hospital. So what I did, I was driving 240. Like, you know, the speedometer, it will off like shh. And I
Oh my,
have like I put this one, you know, I have my boss and I have two American in my car. They was screaming, but and the police
The
tried to stop
American
me.
people, I'm sure.
I have two American officer. They work in the health office, aid, the American aid of health. In now in the third world country, you have this American aid office.
right.
So
Right.
I have these two American. Oh my gosh, I feel like they get the heart attack. And
Oh
the
my
police
God.
tried to stop me. I didn't stop, so the police will fly, and then they call another police. So the police locked the door, like closed the road, and I just like, you know, and the
Oh
car
my.
stopped. Then they asked me for my license. Then I tell them the situation, but I was very lucky in this time because I was have the Egyptian Minister of Police CEO on the line because he was following me how far I am, how far I am. So I just gave them this one because they want to arrest me because I didn't stop in the first police and the second, but they closed the door, the road. And then after they talked to them, they opened the road and now they follow me from this point all the way to the hospital. You get it? But
Yeah.
they were driving slowly, so I'm the one like crossed them, and they just like called the police to open the road for me all the way to there. But this was the first time I have to do this because there is people will die there. Okay.
Mm.
But again, I was stressed. Yes, I was stressed. How
I
can
bet
I
the
go
two
there
American were so
and I
stressed.
have two American there? They always like heart attack in the back. Okay. And I have these people there, you know. Even I told them, you can come in another car because I will drive fast. Okay. But they thought like I will drive like fast, maybe 120, 150, but I was driving till the car, like, if you like earthquake, the car was shaking like this. Okay. but again, this the only time, but for me, if you know how to drive the car, if you have this experience, years of driving, but you know, when you, like for Emeline, when I sit with other driver, I will be stressed to the max because I know how to drive. You know, here's the problem here. When you know how to drive, you'll be
Yes.
stressed.
Yeah.
Especially when it's come to your son, your daughter. But if you don't know how to drive, it's okay. Like for me, my sister never attend when her boss son driving. Okay,
Yeah.
never jump to their car. Never. What I'm saying, never. It mean never been with them, because do it once time. She was crying, and her heart was beating. You know, and I asked her son. I said, "My uncle, I was just like driving 50 km per hour." And I looked at her. She said, "Yes, but I was stressed because it's my son." And I said, "Oh my God!" But again, we back to the point here. When someone knock your door, okay, even knock your door, can you take me to the hospital? Okay, you will be stressed about him, but at the end of the day, you know how to drive. You know, if you don't know how to drive now, you'll be stressed. If someone knock my door, ask for help, what can I do? Oh, maybe he asked me all this, or maybe he will ask me this question, or maybe he will ask this question. You know, that's, if you don't have the experience, you will be stressed.
Yes.
And if you stress, you will do something wrong. But if you have enough experience, it doesn't matter when they knock the door. But if someone didn't knock the door, is that will stress you? No.
No.
That's why my mind is so quiet. Once if they knock the door, they're more than welcome. I have my experience. If they didn't knock the door, they're more than welcome. Here Saibe, but I'm Saibe Opito.
Oh, yeah. All right, Dr. Ray.
Yeah. Saibe Lahi Opito.
Don't get
Now for me, knock the door, I have experience, I'm Saibe. They didn't knock the door, Saibe. But for myself, I'm Saibe Lahi Opito. For all the situation, I'm Saibe. That's it. You got it?
Got it.
Got it.
Dr. Ray. Maybe we'll play a song then for break, because we almost we almost have time.
Saibe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait, but can you- Oops, what did no stress this song.
Halani si imahina he whakapou.
This is a no stress song, Dr. Ray.
Hulungi ai si ofofonga ko e kumaui. Vai holoto na kau mui mui. Lelei amate I he toe mo ui. Ui sa whakatapu mo si ofofonga. Moha o maheni o kukei lolotonga. Kau fuoloa ka ahine hina lea maia na kuote ngalo hene usila isi osinona ko e kumoto o ukumasi o kuloto pea neuka afo ikai te o lava mamohe aho ki he aho ta ahine tuua ke tao o ewa ihe o mani utao mota sei hono fatai melo sei he siale kota e mangalo Halani si imahina he whakapouri Hulungi ai si o fofonga ko e kumaui Whai holoto na kau mui mui Lelei ai mate I he toe mo ui Ui sa whakatapu mo si o fofonga
I'm not sure because I was looking for something. It was sitting on our playlist anyway. That's a no stress, stress-free song, Dr. Ray. But anyway, that's on my playlist tonight. Compare Gonzalez Kaufusi, but I think it's
It's Lufa. Yeah.
Okay.
But going back, I just want to make a comment to Dr. Ray with the help that he's putting out for us tonight, kihe drugs lini.
Oh yeah.
It just the generality of things. It take a village to raise a child.
Yes.
So it takes all of Tonga for all of us, parents and people that care, to put our mind and thoughts together to help out somehow. We're out here, we're here in Dr. Ray's in Tonga, but I'm sure in the mind of everyone, politicians, police officers, the health people, doctors and all that, in their mind after they heard the king's speech, public speech, that is the first and foremost concern for the country and its people, and just hearing Dr. Ray, to me, is misfortunate for us to look the other side and not to use him in some ways.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether he is not a doctor in Tonga, but for him to say something that makes sense, to the people, to say something that shows his love for those that are affected, and to say something about the safety of the people of Tonga, because this is not something that we should take lightly, because there's a whole tons of people that are behind the drug users, you know, and these people are the ones that the concern is all about. Who is delivering them? How you know, how is this drug get to Tonga so fast? You know, and that's just my concern, because if the border, if the, let's say the border in Tonga lifts, Emeline, and we found ourselves ready to board the plane to be in Tonga, you know, I'm sure that's, you know, we need to be prepared. You know, people need to be prepared. Whatever things that are good in their mind and in their hands and in their hearts to bring to Tonga, I'm sure the Lord will bring and use the right people, you know.
Dr. Ray, unmute yourself, please.
You know, Brenda, everyone deal with me. I'm very straightforward person.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to be sneaky around, you know. I'm always focused in one thing in my brain. Like for example, I think 2 months ago, when I have issue, and I think both of you and Emeline was there. Whatever they said sorry, I don't accept it, you know. And this is my mind. This is my mind. And I
Yes.
said, why? You don't say sorry and you make damage on the public. You know, I'm very straight. If my heart here is clear, I will tell you, I accept your apologize. If my heart is not clear, I will say it straight away.
Mhm.
I don't feel fear of anyone. You know, for example, if I am not myself or I have issue, I want to hide. Yeah. Why I came to talk on life with you or with others. Okay. Because always people have a problems. They try to hide their problems. So no one will search and look who they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you don't have anything to be hide, everyone will look and search who you are. Yes. So for me, it's nothing to hide. I'm talking, I'm here. The end of the day, I'm telling you, if they knock the door, I'm here. If they don't knock the door,
But it's
I
not
will
about you. It's not about you. It's the piece of gold that we're losing, you know. And you have a mindset and the expertise that
The Tonga don't recognize.
exactly, and it doesn't make me sad for you or feel sorry for you, no, because I know you. Your brain is sharp. You're very forward. You're very. I'm not gonna say all that because you're it's a given that you're all, you know,
That.
together. Yeah, but to me, there is there has to be a change in the system of Tonga altogether. The leaders needs to acknowledge that this is gonna be the worst thing ever happened to Tonga if the drugs overtaken our country and all the people with the brains are all muted. You know what I mean? Because they don't allow them to talk. And there are lots of living doctors that are muted too.
you know, Brenda and
Yes.
Emeline, if I came to Tonga with agenda as some of the people said. You know, I said I'm Christian. When they attacked Jesus, Jesus know himself and he was quiet. You know, for
Yeah.
these people attacking me, for these people, they said something attacking me. If I came for agenda or I want to make a war, easily for me, but you know, as a doctor in my country, Egypt, we have something called code of conduct and confidentiality,
Code
the
of conduct,
confidentiality
yes.
of the patient. Easily for me. Oh, you said that? This is your auntie. Done surgery in the hospital. 6 months after the surgery, the cut never healed and get infection. Come to me and I heal it in 2 weeks. I can say, your husband have this disease and now he back to work. Your brother, he was sick in this and I fix him. I can put everyone down, but I'm not this type, you know,
Yeah,
because
that's
the
right.
end of the day,
You don't.
the end of the day, this, the confidentiality of the patient, it's very important. It's very
Yes.
important for me to defend myself.
Yes.
So if I am a fake or not, you know, for me, okay, I'm not here on this system. So I'm not belong to any code of conduct or ethics to a professional. I will put the data, the name, the phone number, the address, what they suffer, what day I saw them, what day they back to normal. I can do that.
Your data will be out.
But you know, as I said, the end of the day, I'm very quiet, happy man. I know
Yes.
how to set my mind, you know. Some
You
people
are
try
a professional person.
some people try to grab you to their level. And if you
Yes.
go down to
That's
their
right.
level, they success and you lost. Because, you know, for example, if I put this on the media, now they will tell me, if you are a real doctor, how come you put all your patient data on the media? And if I shut my mouth, Saibe, if I talk, not Saibe, they can find any reason to say. But you know, the end of the day, before I was said my patient is my witness. But now I have the stronger witness ever on the earth, on the sky, in the whole world.
That's right.
Jesus is my witness.
Yes.
Jesus is
Amen.
my witness.
Hallelujah.
And Jesus from the beginning, he said, I am who I am, never a change. And you know, if you go to my Facebook, you found this under my name. I am who I am, never a change. Have you seen this under my profile? You will see this word. This from day one, I have Facebook. I am who I am, never a change. So if you change, you will not be in my way. This is my way. That's it. You know, people, there's two things here. People, they try to mix together. And if anyone makes two things together, his life, it will be messed up. And now he can go to drugs. Your work, something, and your religion and belief, another thing. Okay? Don't, but people, they try to mix about my beliefs and my religion and about my qualification or my study, they mix. Because I study science. Most of the science, they don't believe in God.
Right.
Most of the scientists, they don't believe in God. And if I go through the science with you now, I can make you don't believe in God. I'm serious. I'm serious. If I go through from atom to atom to atom and how we can generate atom to cells, I can make you never believe in God. That's if I go further. But when I study science, the more I study science, the more I believe there is a God there, because
Yes.
nothing can just work by itself without a biggest engineer in the world. Okay, this is our God. This is our God. But when I read the Bible, I put comment. When I put comment, that will be against my word. Like, okay, for example, Emeline, you an insurance agent, yeah?
Yes.
If you put in your Facebook, everything under the sky have a time for birth, time for death. Is this will be against your insurance
No.
work?
Mm-mm.
If I said everything under God's hand and we fully protected, if you put this in your Facebook, that will be against your work as insurance, because you say, look, she's insurance agent and she said we are all in between God's hand to protect us. So if God protect us, what I need insurance, The beliefs and religion is something and you work another thing.
Yes,
But
so
people,
true.
they don't have work. They're not success in their life. They try to grab you down. They
Yeah.
try to, look, she said, we are fully protected in God's hand. How come she said that and she pushed us for
To
insurance?
buy insurance.
Yes, you get
That's
the
so
idea.
true.
Because like when I share something in Revelation, the book of June, that's against my study as I'm a doctor. No, my religion is my religion. Okay, my qualification is my qualification. The end of the day, it's none of your business. It's my business.
That's right.
Okay,
That's the bottom line at the end of the day.
your business.
It's
When
none
you knock
of your
my door,
business.
your business. When you knock my door, if you ask me about this advice, natural medicine advice, or in Egypt or anywhere, I will give you the advice. If you ask me in the church about my beliefs, I will give you my beliefs. Okay? Sometimes people put, like if I put jokes in Facebook, oh my gosh, he's not as serious. How come he's a professional one and he put jokes on Facebook? People, they just want to create stuff. But as I said, and as to Paul Halo, and thanks Emeline for sending me. I think this message is not only for you; it's for me too.
I think it's for all of us.
Yeah, I watch it today, and oh my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah?
it depends not about your body, about how you look. It's about here.
Yes.
Go ahead,
These
Lily.
people,
That video that I sent out.
yeah,
Okay.
the one
Dr.
who was
Ray.
wearing the blue dress.
Yeah, the blue dress, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you listen to Paul, when she's talk about the
Yeah.
mindset and how the important the
Yeah.
mind, it's exactly if you listen to everyone has a black dog. That's
Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah.
can't push the stress away from you. You can't push problems away from you. You can't push negative people from your way. But
Dr.
here,
Ray,
to deal with this,
I want to tell you just what you said. You are who you are, right? On Mike's arm, he put a tattoo that says, "Don't judge me." That's what he said.
I think I'll put it here. I will go to
Dr. Ray, I just wanted to know that I think you forgot that you're in Tonga, because Tonga, your business is everybody else's business. but I just, that's the the Tongan mentality, Dr. Ray. Just remember that. You love a Tongan, you married a Tongan. Now you start to learn to understand the Tongan because your business is everybody else's business. And it's a small little country. They will know from east to west to south and north your business. But, but, but I wanted to say something. Brenda was saying earlier, for me, I'm sad for that country because they don't appreciate something like someone like you. You know, you have to be grateful to have someone like you. I'm telling you, I live in America with top doctors and scientists, but I'm still consult with you because I knew you.
Yeah.
The day I talked to you, everything come out of your mouth is a doctor because
Yeah.
I follow many, many doctors here. And I learn a lot about when it comes to our.
And we talk about you every day.
So I don't have to second guess you,
You know,
Dr. Ray.
Good
I
things.
have this
But
one
that's
here.
why
It
I'm
says,
sad for the country, Dr. Ray,
I
because
have
you're
this
sitting
one
in
here.
Tonga and nobody is appreciating or grateful for why you know God put you in Tonga for, you know. So, but that's all I wanted to say to you, Dr.
I
Ray.
explain to you this one here. She's been diagnosed with seizure.
Okay.
Unknown reason. Unknown reason. It's happened to her when she is 23 years old.
Okay.
She was in PG and suddenly happened. For me, the seizure to be happen in this age, not when it's young, there is something happened. Okay. So her family, they took her to America. And that's the good part here. America said it's unknown reason for a seizure. And when she came was explained to me, that's back in 2019. So I asked her to give me the email. So I sent the email from me with the Egyptian license registration to the doctor in America. So the doctor sent me all the information. Then I start to read one by one, and I look to the EEG, I look to the MRI. The MRI, there is no reason for someone to have a seizure. The MRI is clear, and that's even in the report. That's why they said unknown reason for a seizure. Then when I look to the EEG, when I look to the line where the eye, I found like it's going like this, similar, and then bang up and then down, 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 and then up and down. Then I said, no, for example. So what I did, I put the light on her eye. I asked her to close her eye, and then I put the light. And I found once the light comes, she start to like to get this some type of so I stopped the light, the seizure stopped. So I asked her, okay, wear a sunglasses, even because she's using computer a lot. So I asked her, wear sunglasses inside or out, even if you watch TV wearing this glass. Then what I did, I wrote back to the neurologist in America, and I said, everything you said is okay, but for me, the reason it's come from the EEG, and I just highlight the EEG, the signal of the EEG from the eye. And you know, the doctor respond back to me. He said, like, you know, if he said, wow, that would be like a little word, but he said, I read your email carefully and I look for the one you highlighted, and I looked, and yes, this can cause a very rare seizure when the light is come to very strong, or she's been watching computer, using computer a lot. And the doctor, he told me, he's been reviewed this one, and then the other doctor, and then the other doctor, like 3 doctor neurologists in America, they've been reviewed the EEG and the MRI. They can't find any. But once I put this one, what he did, he called the doctors and he sent my comment to all of them, to the other 2. And these 2 is very shocked, you know, and they reply to you. And I have this email, I will show it to you. They even, I have the highlight. Maybe I will talk about it on the health show next time.
Next time.
But they said, we agree with you, because this one here, we don't, like, they don't pay attention to this line, you know.
Right.
But for me, I know I can go for
Detail.
1 minute.
Yeah.
And they told me, we appreciate your discover, and we aimed in the future to work together in some cases for your review.
Yeah.
I bet if you're in America, they will recognize you in a heartbeat, you know.
In a heartbeat, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And you know, since this girl, now she's going back to America, or she went back last month, but all this time she's wearing the sunglass, no seizure.
Yeah.
Wow, good
That
job,
was the
Dr. Ray.
simple
Yes,
finding.
but look at all the neurologists
The
in
ears,
America.
yeah.
They recognize that, you know.
They said unknown, the seizure with unknown reason. That's the diagnosis. And then when I asked her, you know, if she said she have the seizure like when she's young, but when she told me the first time she get when she is 23, you know, this is for me, it's not like, that's why I said there's something behind. It's not about unknown reason. There is something behind. And I've been asking. Then I asked her, she said, you need to send them an email. So they send it to you. So what I did, I sent the email through the Egyptian hospital. So they sent me the information. Then I read, you know, was a very big one, like maybe around 14 pages and 10 images, different images of MRI, and then the EEG. Because I asked, did you do the EEG? She said yes. When they sent it to me, they sent me, when I looked to the line of the eye, I saw this one, like side B, and then up, and then down. Then when I saw this one, that's why I asked here, close your eye, and I put the light. When I put the light outside, she starts, and I asked, she said, like, I'm
Reacting.
start getting headache, and this headache, that's always a start before I get the seizure. So I stopped then. And then I put, when she closed her eyes, I put like ice to just cool it down. So the headache gone straight away within 2 minutes. But, you know, very simple thing. It can be just like, because, you know, MRI is perfect, everything in the EEG, just the EEG, the very end was, you know, the very end, like when you look maybe like to the half of the line, and then you will jump to the other line. But at the very end, I saw this one, bang. And I said, here we are. It comes from the eye.
Malo.
Good job, Dr. Ray. Good job.
Malo.
Yeah,
And
but
our time is
timing.
up. Did you have anything else, Dr. Ray, to say?
yeah, I just want to say, pray for me, and everyone look after his family, make it together. It's very important to keep your family
Yes.
together. Then try to get more support in Facebook or anything else, because what the benefit if you, as Jesus said, what the benefit if you won, or if you win the whole world and you lose yourself?
Lose your brother. Yeah.
Mrs. Soul, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that is so
so
true.
for me to prevent drugs, keep the family strong, union
Yes.
together. Put your rules in your home. It's your home.
Yes.
Discipline your kids for respect the rules at home, and they definitely will respect the rules outside. And pray for me. That's it.
Will do. Thank you so much, Dr. Ray, and have a good night and enjoy your
and I
dinner. Good,
will-
Sissy.
If you send me the photo of the liquid that your son used, I will show
Okay.
it to you.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll do that. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Malo.
Ofatu. Ofatu
Say
Sisi.
hello to
Yes,
Sissy.
yes.
Apat, Dr. Ray.
Iyo,
Okay.
malo.
Okay,
Malo.
Brenda, did you have anything else? But this is amazing, Brenda.
Yeah, very amazing. Awesome. Also.
For me, I'm sad for the country. You know,
Yes, yes.
we have I recognize tangata mahuinga. Kianga ekusio ko ako. Kake ko me ko tope ko ange ko de lau ke lotu. God's timing and everything will come through. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that system, like you said, is broken. It needs to be fixed, you know.
Yes,
So.
yes. Ikai ko lava lele whamalo atu he whakahoko lele ta programa.
Okay. Hello. Malo, pagkatangata program FFNE, ko Emeline from Seattle, Washington.
Brenda Kongaika, Seattle, Washington. Malo mumia mai mumia.
Good night.
Right.